Listen to a conversation between a student and a business professor.
So, Richard, what's up?
Well, I know we have a test coming up on chapters,
Chapters 3 and 4 from your textbook.
right, 3 and 4. Well, I didn't get something you said in class Monday.
All right. Do you remember what it was about?
Yeah, you were talking about a gym, a health club where people can go to exercise, that kind of thing.
Okay. But the health club model is actually from Chapter 5. So,
Oh, chapter 5. Oh, so it's not... Okay, but I guess I still want to try to understand.
of course. Well, I was talking about an issue in strategic marketing. The health club model. With a health club, you might think they would have trouble attracting customers, right?
Well, I know when I pass by a health club and I see all those people working out, exercising, I just as soon walk on by.
Yeah, there's that. Plus, lots of people have exercise equipment at home, or they can play sports with their friends, right?
Sure.
But nowadays, in spite of all that, and expensive membership fees, health clubs are hugely popular. So how come?
I guess that's what I didn't understand.
Okay. Basically, they have to offer things that most people can't find anywhere else. You know, quality. That means better exercise equipment, high-end stuff, and classes, exercise classes, maybe aerobics.
I'm not sure if I... Okay, I get it. Yeah. And another thing is, I think people probably feel good about themselves when they're at the gym. And they can meet new people, socialize.
Right. So health clubs offer high-quality facilities, and also they sell an image about people having more fun, relating better to others, and improving their own lives if they become members.
Sure, that makes sense.
Well then, can you think of another business or organization that could benefit from doing this? Think about an important building on campus here. Something everyone uses, a major source of information.
You mean like an administrative building?
Well, that's not what I had in mind.
Oh, you mean the library?
Exactly. Libraries. Imagine public libraries. They're an information resource for the whole community, right?
Well, they can be. But now with the internet and big bookstores, you can probably get what you need without going to a library.
Well, that's true. So, if you were the director of a public library, what would you do about that?
To get more people to stop in? Well, like you said, better equipment, maybe a super fast internet connection, and not just a good variety of books, but also like nice, comfortable areas where people can read and do research, things that make them want to come to the library and stay.
Great.
Oh, and maybe have authors come and do some readings, or, I don't know, special presentations, something people couldn't get at home.
Now you're getting it.
Thanks, Professor Wilkins. I think so too.
Number 1, the answer is B, a strategy for attracting customer. Why? Let me see. A, preparing for a test. This is incorrect because in the recording we hear students asking the professor about the exam. But the student is not preparing for the lessons about chapter 3 and chapter 4, but asking the material about chapter 3 and chapter 4, which is a strategy to attract customer. We can hear evidence in the students' conversation. Oh, chapter 5. I do not see, but I think I still want to try to understand. B, a strategy for attracting customer. This is correct because on the recording we hear the professor explain his strategy to attract customers. And C, business opportunities in the field of health. This is incorrect because on the recording we cannot hear about business opportunities in the field of health because in the audio they talk more about strategies to attract customers to health clubs, not about opportunities from the health business. D, differences between two business models. This is incorrect because on the recording we hear the professor give another example in the library, not giving a difference between the two businesses. but equally providing strategies for attracting customers into business models. Number 2, what does the professor imply about the upcoming test? The correct answer is A. Why? Let me see. A. It will not contain question about the health club model is correct because in the recording we heard that when students asked about the exam to be held and gave a little memory about studying, but their memories about studying were wrong, then the professor said the exam was not about the club model because it was in chapter 5. While what would be test was about chapter 3 and chapter 4. B. It will ask about ways to improve the customer's self-image. This is incorrect because in the recording we hear the professor re-explain the material about chapter 3 and chapter 4 instead of giving an overview of the example questions. A student asks about the material for chapter 3 and chapter 4. C. It will require students to discuss marketing strategies for libraries. This is incorrect because in the recording, the professor explained more about chapter 3 and chapter 4, which contain strategies to attract customers to the health club and added example of strategies to attract customers in the library business rather than asking students to discuss strategies to attract customers in the library's business. D. It will not require students to give example of successful businesses. This is incorrect because in the recording, professor gives an example of a successful business because it has a good customer attracting strategies. Number 3, the correct answer is high quality facilities, exercise classes, positive self-image. This is correct because in the recording we hear the lecturers explains to students about this topic of conversation, namely about strategies to attract customers. Then the correct answer is high quality facilities, exercise classes, and positive self-image. Number 4, what does the professor imply about public libraries? The correct answer is D. They need to give greater emphasis to strategic marketing. Let me see. A. They tend to be more popular than health clubs. This is incorrect because on the recording, we hear that the professor gives another example of a health club, namely the public library business, rather than determining which one is more popular. B. They cannot offer as many services as health clubs. This is incorrect because on the recording we hear that the public library business can also provide many services to attract customers. C. They should not spend money on high quality equipment. This is incorrect because on the professor's recording, for example, which I later explained that membership fee are very expensive, but health clubs are very popular, and therefore sponsors link that library membership fees are also expensive. D. They need to give greater emphasis to strategic marketing. This is correct because on the recording, the professor gives an example to improve marketing strategy.
Listen again to part of the conversation, then answer the question.
I mean, with a health club, you might think they would have trouble attracting customers, right?
Well, I know when I pass by a health club and I see all those people working out, exercising, I just as soon walk on by.
Why does the student say this?
Well, I know when I pass by a health club and I see all those people working out, exercising, I just as soon walk on by.
5. Correct answer is C. To give an example that support the professor's point. Why? A. To introduce a personal story about exercising. This is incorrect because the student's notes did not explain that it was his personal experience when exercising, but described a crowd of people exercising in a health club, whereas currently exercising can be done at home. B. To point out a flaw in the health club model. This is incorrect because the student described large number of customers in health clubs, which means students question the benefits health clubs to lecturer. C. To give an example that support the professor's point. This is correct because the students gave the picture he saw in accordance with the lecturer's statements about the difficulty of getting customers. But the health club he saw had so many customers that the statement given by the student was an example to support what the lecturer said. Did explain why he disagreed with the professor. This is incorrect because students show a picture that matches the professor's statement, not prove the professor's statements.